Ladies and gentlemen, post-match carnage. Liverpool 5, West Ham 1. Green Street made a 400-mile trip all the way. Is it 400 miles? How many miles is it, man? Ish.
It's far, bro. We done it on the weekend. It's far. That's all I can tell you. It's a long trip.
It's a long trip. The man from Green Street came all the way to Anfield and then took a whooping and came all the way back. Sang some stupid songs. Sat there in the rain, cold, wet, Scousland. Got smashed to bits by Liverpool midweek team. We'll discuss if it was a midweek team. We'll discuss if the midweek team should be the weekend team. You know, there's the selection dilemmas. We've got so much to get into. We've got so much to tuck into. I have got Mush with me. I've got Insta with me. Talk to him. Mush, how you doing? How you feeling? How are ya? I'm going to enjoy a cup of tea. Because
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great, bro. My whole thing has been, I love our attackers when they score goals. We saw plenty today, man. That's all I've been asking for. That's all I've been asking for. The energy from today, the enthusiasm from today, and there was some big contributors to that, and I can't wait to get into it. But bro, it was just nice to cheer something. So yeah, man, loved it.
Exactly. From the doom and gloom of Sunday. From the doom and gloom from Sunday, couldn't score a goal, couldn't hit a barn door, all of that. The weather was gloomy, the match was gloomy, the teams, everything, the mood, the fans, the aftermatch shows. We needed a boost of all kinds, Ish. We needed to get that feel-good factor again very quickly. And for me, I really want to win this League Cup, Ish. I really want to win this League Cup. And going into this game, with the injuries mounting up, with the vital squad players, and then the humongous game with Arsenal on the weekend, I was a bit conflicted. But come kickoff, I wanted to smash them to bits.
Listen, yeah, after Sunday's game, this is perfect response. You kind of just want goals, to be honest, after a game like that on Sunday. The performance, I guess, is like a bonus, but we got that as well tonight. Very good performance tonight from, like you said, the so-called midweek players. And like, listen, going into the Arsenal game now, this is what we want. We want Klopp to have a few headaches. We want him to be wondering who he's going to be picking in his side, because let's face it, the team that we had in the previous game, a lot of them probably shouldn't be starting at the moment on form. So now he's got an alternative, which is what we want. So it's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. Some very good performances tonight. There's some people that really need bigging up.
Well, Manda says, give the flowers when it's due, the same way we criticize the performance when it's not up to the mark. We're going to talk, man. We're going to talk. It was night and day. They had something to prove. What's his name? Hope Darwin gets the credit. He says, we'll talk. Evening, lads. Evening to you as well. Chris, make sure you let Tobes know about the Hungarian Gerrard tomorrow, my guy. Up the effing Reds onto Saturday. We needed that, man. I'm not going to lie. We 100% need that. Some really good performances today. Great reaction from the game against United. Smash the like. He's promised us, but we don't know. We'll have to prize it. We'll have to bait him in, guys, to get some negativity. No, because we like it, because negativity fuels positivity. So when the positivity comes through, you feel good. So yeah, man, bring it on, man. Scary fact, Chris, 3 days before the 89 decided, we beat West Ham 5-1. Allow that, man. Allow that. Stop doing those ones, man. You know what I mean? People, coming up to 100 of you guys already settled in here. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Road to 35k is live. We're nearly there. I'm working on it. So much to get through, man. Mush, I don't know. I think the best way always is to talk about the lineup. Lineup comes through. Hopefully I've got the right thing on. If I haven't, then whatever. And there you go. Have I got the right thing up? I have got the right thing up.
Yeah.
Mush, the lineup comes through. What's the controversy? Nothing really. Kind of expected a few big boys to be rested, a few big boys to start. Virgil starts, Nunes starts. I guess and Szoboszlai starts. So they're the three that, added with Mohamed Salah and Trent, we thought might be rested. But three start. The rest are mixture of squad players, young players: Curtis Jones, Joe Gomez, Harvey Elliott. What did you think of the lineup? What did you think of the formation?
Yeah, I was delighted with the right lineup, to be honest. I think the last thing we said, I mean, Grizz, you were deeply missed on Monday, but we had a great show.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cav stepping in with an elite performance.
Mate, my place was on the line today. This is what I like. You know, Klopp's got selection headaches. We got selection headaches. We got selection headaches. This is what we want on Football Khanage. Selection dilemmas. But,
exactly.
Big up Monday show was big.
Yeah. And I actually ended the last thing I said before the show was, I think we've seen enough games of the same players not in the right space. So there are certain players who keep coming on and having a great effect on the team. I mentioned Harvey Elliott, obviously got his goal against Palace, but even if you go all the way back to the Newcastle game, he's been infectious every time he's come on. And man of the match against Palace when he came on was Joe Gomez, right? Energetic at right back. With Curtis Jones, he would have been part of that list, but I wasn't sure of his fitness, so that's why I didn't include him. I actually think Curtis Jones is our tactically most smart player. So I think he's, for me, when I think of Curtis Jones, I think of a first team player, not a rookie.
Okay.
He's the glue, man. He's the glue.
And I don't want this to be like confirmation bias. I had no idea he played this well today, but whether he played today or not, I really wanted him to start against Arsenal. So yeah, I was delighted with the lineup, Grizz. At the end of the day, we support this team because it's Liverpool are all about energy, all about emotion, all about building momentum, and we needed the right players on the pitch to bring that energy. And shout out, I know we're going to get into more depth, but that man playing on the right wing, Harvey Elliott, was that first 20, 30 minutes infectious.
We're going to get into it.
Brilliant.
We're gonna get into the individual. We're gonna get into the individual, and of course we've got goals to get through, man. Like, wow, you guys are gonna have to remind me. I'm gonna bring up my friends at This Is Anfield's website in a minute and go through some of the events. Shout out to This Is Anfield every time. Go and check out their website. Ish, what was your thoughts? Did you? Okay, I don't remember where you was with the League Cup situation. Did you want to go for it, or did you think, nah, man, Sunday, or Saturday?
I wanted to go for it. I'm very much of the opinion that like a day out at Wembley is a day out at Wembley, like, and a trophy is a trophy. I want as many trophies as possible. I want as many cup finals as possible. I'm not turning my nose up at anything, especially as I'm not really like. I think we've got a good chance of winning the league this season, but we're not by no means favourites. So we shouldn't be looking at any cup competition sideways. So like. In terms of the lineup as well, I was pretty happy with it. I was pretty happy with Elliott and Jones definitely getting a start. Like Mish was saying, they've both come off the bench recently and had big impacts on the team, so they definitely deserve to start. And again, as well, as I was saying on Monday, that as much as Nunes has been annoying me lately, Diaz has probably been annoying me a little bit more just because he's been so anonymous. So I think it makes sense having Nunes slightly further away from goal because we know that his conversion is not great, but he can still have an effect on the game, which is what we saw today. Unlucky not to score as well, got an assist. So again, Klopp's changes this season, whether it's in-game or after a bad result, we seem to be bouncing back quite well. We had like disappointing results against Brighton, the 2-2 draw, Spurs as well with the loss. And we do seem to bounce back quite well. So I was confident going into the game. I thought we were going to win on pens, but I was confident we was going to go through.
Yeah, look, as you guys talking about sort of the formation, it pretty much as it says on here, right? Szoboszlai, Watoro started again in DM. A lot of people thought he might be rested because McAllister's not going to be fit for Arsenal, but he starts again. He plays 60 minutes, which I think we were comfortable with the back line because Kwanzaa, we knew Baby Verge playing next to his mentor. I mean, we'll get into it, apart from his little lack of concentration or for the Bowen goal, I thought he was immaculate again. It was midfield and up front where we were concerned with, right? Are we going to create enough? Are we going to be efficient enough? Gakpo playing through centrally, because some people thought it was Gakpo going to play left, but it turns out Nunes goes left and Harvey Elliott goes right. Was you comfortable with the way the front three was set? And are you, obviously we've chatted Nunes to death, but are you Nunes advocate more to the left? Where are you?
I think it's for me, it's not even about kind of when we look at these diagrams where Nunes sits. I think it's all about Darwin Núñez's best qualities are he's one of the quickest strikers in world football. He's one of the best runners and off the ball runners. But in this 4-3-3 that we play, he often spends too much time with his back to goal when he plays up front. Whereas that left wing role is all about how many times can you run in behind, how many times can you get defenders turning around. So I was very happy with us playing Darwin on the left and Gakpo in the middle, because Gakpo's best quality is picking up the ball from deep, turning on it and running centrally. So I actually think that shift from Klopp was exactly the thing that we needed from our attack, just to get the best things out of the actual profiles of those players.
It was crazy, innit? Like, look at these average positions, guys. Like, make of that what you will. That's a bit mad, isn't it?
But look at Diaz's. Not Diaz. Nunez's position, Grizz.
Yeah,
that's
it's
on the
not really
shoulder.
wide.
He's on the shoulder, arcing his runs. That's exactly where you start.
Shall I tell you? It might be a little bit innocuous to you guys, but you know what's standing out to me today? And I think I saw one of your tweets at someone or replying to someone. So, oh, no, it was you talking about. I thought the width Tsimikas gave us today was vital in allowing Nunes to join up with Gakpo and then Elliott on the other side and then Gomez overlapping on the other side. I thought our fullbacks played like orthodox fullbacks.
Yeah.
And I thought that helped pin.
It was our 2020 fullbacks. That's what the kind of role was.
Tsimikas and Gomez, I thought really helped. And we were brave. We went 2-3, we went left 2 at the back, Kwanzaa and Virgil, with Endo sitting literally as that formation shows. I thought that was vital in pinning them in. And look at the average position. It shows you how much we pinned West Ham in. That's like 7 players. Like, the average position was in their half. That's mad.
It's funny as well. Like, obviously being at the game on Sunday, which you were as well. Tsimikas was holding his width quite a lot in that game as well. He was actually getting the ball. He was getting the ball a lot today and actually getting a bit closer to the byline to get crosses in. Whereas I thought on Sunday he was very much like holding his width in those wide positions as well, but he just wasn't getting the ball. And it was hard for us to sustain attacks if we're getting a ball, but everyone's kind of in the middle, very congested. Then there's no outlet out wide. There's no one to kind of recycle possession to. Which I thought, again, Curtis, I know we're going to get into it. He, in that left-hand channel today, chalk and cheese between his performance and Gravenberch's on Sunday, in that he just kept the ball ticking over. I don't think I can't remember too many times he lost the ball today. No. And again, for us to sustain attacks is so vital that we've got someone in there playing relatively deep who can either recycle the ball or just play those simple passes. So I think those little combinations we had today with Tsimikas, Jones, and Nunes out on that left, I like that a lot. That's probably my starting. Well, we can go into this later on, but for the Arsenal game, that's kind of a relationship I want to build around on that left-hand side, because I think we can get a lot of joy there.
Guys, check this out. We're talking about sort of his stats in terms of pass accuracy and whatnot. I don't know if you can see it in there. I don't know how to zoom it up even more. Hold on. I'm shit at these kind of things. But look at that, man. 93% accuracy.
There you go.
2 goals.
That's what it's all about, man.
The dribble. I don't know if it's got dribble attempts. 2 out of 2, brother. 2 out of 2. I just thought he was key. You're right. We're going to get into his sort of performance and the goals that he scores. I loved us from the start, Mush. The energy was there. The pressing was there. You know what? A lot of my mates were there and they were saying the conditions are wet, wild, windy. They weren't anticipating the way we zipped the ball around.
Yeah.
But what was crucial, do you think? What was different from Saturday, do you think? Was it the technicality of the Elliots and the Jones and the Gakpos because they're more ball to feet type players?
Yeah.
Whereas Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are runners with the ball. These guys like to pass the ball and keep the ball.
Exactly. I think the difference is, not just about keeping it. I think it's exactly what you said. It's keeping it in 2 different ways, right? Gravenberch and Szoboszlai take a lot of touches. Gravenberch takes 5-6 touches. And he's very talented. It's nothing about he should change his game. But Harvey Elliott, because he's like our little Juan Mata, right? He can play a pass first time or on his second touch in behind, arcs it in behind, and it just completely stops the opposition from setting themselves. What happened against United a lot was Gravenberch receives the ball, takes 3 or 4 touches. In that time, Man United have set up a shape that we're not going to break down. And today, it felt like everything was around the corner, zipping it. The number of times I saw Elliott just flick it between his legs, even though he's not facing a player, and then suddenly we're on the attack. It was just about today, we're going to go forward. And I'm not apologetic for how much I'm talking this up. But for a kid to be 19 or 20 years old and recognize that his team, which is one of the biggest teams in the world, needs a lift, and I am the one who's going to change the energy of this team today, that takes cojones, man. That takes a lot to do. Players a lot more senior than him shrink under that kind of responsibility. So shout out Harvey Elliott for giving us a platform for everyone to feel like they can express themselves today.
Yeah, Ish, look, it's time to speak on him, man. Like Harvey Elliott, I said, I don't know what I tweeted. Something like, I don't know what the fuck I tweet sometimes, man. All kinds of shit, man. But I think I said, what a majestic 45 or something like that. Because, all right, we're going to get into the events, but overall, that first half, he was like, as Mush says, the shining knight. The knight in shining armor that we needed to lift the tempo of the passing, the movement, the fluidity, the connection. He was key to it all, and he played it totally different to how Mohamed Salah plays the right wing. And obviously, I'm not taking a dig at Mohamed Salah. I'm just saying the dynamic is completely different when Harvey plays on that right wing.
Facts, man. Like, it kind of reminded me of when him and Jones play under 21s, and they're just head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
Those two they were balling out differently. It was kind of a bit of a two-man show at times that first half, but they were cutting above everyone else on the pitch pretty much. And what I liked about Harvey as well, he was taking a lot of shots in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't get a goal from either from those ones at the start, but he was forcing the issue a little bit, which I quite like as well, which I felt a lot was missing on Sunday. There was a lot of just passing the ball around the 18-yard box, but you're passing it. Like Mish said, by the time you've had 3-4 passes or 3-4 touches of the ball, the other team is set. But I feel like it's important sometimes just to get some shots off, to get some shots on target, whether you're forcing the keeper into making a save, you get a corner, or you're kind of just you're making them think about it a little bit more, which is what I liked from Harvey especially. But those two, man, they deserve it. And I'm glad they put this performance in before the Arsenal game, because there's no reason now why at least one of them should not be starting. I at least want to see Curtis Jones in the starting lineup, very least. Elliott, you can say, yeah, fair enough, Salah's probably going to come back in, but even that right centre mid spot, I know Sober's got a goal today, but I still think he's not quite back to where he was at the start of the season. I think on current form right now, yeah, Arsenal's a big game and they're going to have a very physical midfield, but Elliott's looking like the guy right now, man. He's looking like the guy. He's looking like the guy that deserves a start. If it was anyone else, if he was called if he was a South American player, you'd be screaming for him to start, and he wasn't like
lyrical.
it. So it's just you got to just keep it. You got to keep it. Yeah, you got to keep it 100, man.
If his name was Eliao rather than Elliott,
bro, yeah, you have to. You got to keep it 100 sometimes. And just quickly, I'm not even his biggest fan. I don't think he doesn't really set the world alight for me, but if you're going on form, and what I like about him as well is that he's got a certain urgency, which I think does come from being a fan of the club, and he knows when he's out on that pitch, he feels blessed every time, and you can't overestimate that sometimes. You
100%.
Actually can't overestimate that.
Yo, what's good? Sends in a super chat. First super chat of the night. He says it was a fun watch, but I can't take too much from that game. West Ham allowed us to play out and gave us so much space in first and second phase. Look,
someone like defending was spooky from them. I will say that.
Yeah, but I get it, Ish, but that was on our first team as well. That was the bunch of players put together from our side as well. It works both ways. You know what I mean?
I want to add to that though, Grizz, because I get that West Ham weren't great today, but we also haven't looked great against the likes of Luton and Sheffield United and play teams like that. So it's a lot more about whether we can look threatening as well, because whoever you've been putting in front of us recently, none of these attackers are scoring. None of these things are happening. So it was on us. I don't think anyone would talk about West Ham today if Liverpool also didn't score. No one would have said West Ham played badly. Everyone would have talked about Liverpool. Now suddenly, because Liverpool have played well, West Ham weren't that good.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
You can't fluke 5 goals either.
Wait, this is brilliant. This is brilliant, right? One of my mods. Crazy. Big up my mods, right? Check this out. He goes, keep it respect, fuck. And he meant to say keep it respectful, but he ended up being disrespectful himself. That's class. That's absolute class. Keep it. But listen, someone says we made them look poor. Yeah, exactly. By the way, is the draw happening, people? If the draw's happening, keep us up to date. Let us know.
I don't think it started yet. Klopp's still doing his post-match. I don't think it started yet.
Okay, cool. Yona says Liverpool didn't give me 3 points on my birthday, but they gave me a great game today. Listen, it's birthday week, so it's not over yet. Yeah, it's a birthday week, my bro.
Liverpool gave you a semi-final today,
bro. Come on, it is okay. Starting slowly, no problem. Listen, guys, smash up the likes while you're here. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't. Go and check out the guys on their socials as well. Make sure you go and check out Copper and Fracas as well, the podcast that's happening and growing all the time. Do all of that good stuff. First goal. I don't even know who to take. Whoever wants to take it, take it. Sabozalai criticised. Again, I thought his energy was much better. He could have been better on the ball, but he was better. He was better on the ball, but he can still be better. His energy levels were great. His striking ability is second to none. It's up there with anyone. So much. I'm going to say that name. So much Cristiano Ronaldo in that technique. It's unreal. I mean, who wants to take that goal? That goal was slick.
I mean, I would say one thing is I do agree with what Ish was saying, which was until his goal, I felt like the clouds of
still were there.
Sloppy things, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, this is why I keep talking about your Diaz and Nunez's in the sense of a goal sets you free, man. Once you get that goal, suddenly things start coming off, good things start happening. And it was a fabulous strike. I don't think anyone is surprised by how beautifully placed that was, how cleanly struck it was. A wicked thing that started happening from that point onwards was that, I don't know if you guys noticed as well, Joe Gomez and Szoboszlai created this really good relationship on the right where one would go inside, one would get outside. And it was always like Gomez would carry the ball, bring defenders in, and then lay it off out wide. And Szoboszlai has great quality from out wide as well. So I think we saw a little glimpse, guys, of potentially what Szoboszlai might be doing when Salah goes to AFCON, I think.
I said that, when we were talking before the start of the season, we were like, what could we possibly do when Salah goes? Because that's the question on everyone's lips now. How are we going to set up when Salah's not here? I thought we saw a glimpse of that. I honestly did. Because Jota can play in that Nunez position. There will be a rotation. And then Gakpo can play through the middle. There's options, man. Obviously, it's a massive shame, Doak's injury. But it gives Elliott... Like, we're talking about his role in the team, guys. But today he showed he can be competent. Because that wasn't that was a Premier League team. They're an informed team. They're a very, very informed team. And he was up against Johnson, Ben Johnson, who's quick and strong.
I thought Johnson had a good game in that first half.
That's what I'm saying.
He was good.
Yeah, people are saying Liverpool got Fulham.
Yeah, we got Fulham.
We got Fulham?
Fulham at home. Yeah.
No, it's 2 legs. It's 2 legs.
Two legs. Home first leg.
Cool.
So we got Fulham home first leg. We taking that?
Yeah, definitely. We should. They're not bad for them, but you've got to take whoever you can get.
So that means Chelsea Borough.
Yeah. Is that another Liverpool-Chelsea final, man?
Potentially.
That looks like a Chelsea-Liverpool final, don't it?
Borough, do something for me, man. Carrick, I need you to crash it.
Borough ain't doing it. All right, guys. So now we know Liverpool versus Fulham in the semi-final. We'll get onto that. But let's continue with the goals. The second goal. Remind me about the second goal, man. Oh, it was we go into what's his name, halftime 1-0. Yeah. I thought we're comfortable. I thought come out. That was the most dominant performance since Aston Villa, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, completely agree.
Aston Villa was the one, I think, wasn't it? And then I don't think we needed to make any substitution, but I think it was a planned where he plays Virgil half.
Oh, by the way, sorry, in that first half, again, shout out Harvey Elliott, literally put it onto Gakpo's forehead, and Gakpo has to score that.
He has to score that.
It was such a great ball in, these are things that luckily didn't cost us, but we want those kinds of chances to be going.
Before we get the second goal, West Ham have their first counter-attack stroke, transition stroke, whatever you want to call it, when Bowen get released down the left, he puts in that wicked cross, and Ish, your favourite Tsimikas, makes a brilliant clearance, man.
Yeah.
I thought Tsimikas, listen, 3 weeks ago we spoke, and 3 weeks ago I said it's very difficult for someone just to come in hot and cold, especially the way we defend and we ask our defenders to defend. He's had a bit of consistency. He's had a bit of a run. Tsimikas hasn't put a foot wrong since you lamented him 3 weeks ago. My God.
Listen, he's not perfect. He's not perfect. And I do think that when Robbo comes back, we might see...
He's been near perfect. Say that.
He's been good. And I'll tell you what I rate him for. I feel like every test where we've been like, oh, how's he going to do in this game? City away. We thought Foden might have some problems. Locked up Foden. There's been games where we've been a bit concerned, and he has come through them. But what I like tonight, which I think I mentioned earlier, is that he was getting a bit wide. He was getting a ball wider and actually getting crosses in from a slightly more orthodox position. But that interception he made, that's as good as a goal.
We've cussed him before about his like awareness and his lackadaisical.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate.
Do you know
watching his back, making a run. That was a brilliant cross from Bowen. Do
you know one thing I've noticed about Tsimikas actually, which is when we talked about him a few weeks ago, Grizz, one thing we all said was he doesn't move, he stands next to Virgil and spends too long on the ball, so on and so forth. One thing I think I've noticed Tsimikas has kind of developed as he's felt more and more part of the first team. He plays a lot further up the pitch. He spends longer carrying the ball, doing things. And I think he's realized is that if I start attacking and making my winger worry about me, I actually have to do less defending because he's the one coming back and following me back. So I actually think he feels like, let me become part of our build-up as well.
100%.
I felt, the number of times he was driving up with that ball, it almost felt like we didn't need a left winger because he owned that entire wing athletically, especially. So I'm really happy that he feels part of the team. And Grizz, I guess you're proved right. It's very hard to come in once every 3-4 weeks and
if that
have rhythm. Yeah. And my worry, speaking honestly, is I think this whole season he will have a really good season. My worry is that if we get back to the Champions League, where right now he gets those Europa League games and everything, my worry would be, is he going to get the game time that he's currently getting this season? But I think going forward this season, I have full confidence that he'll play
we cross that bridge when we get.
When we get it. But I'm confident throughout this season, definitely.
The reason why Tsimikas, I think, guys, and I know we've touched upon it, the reason why Tsimikas has such a good game is because of Curtis Jones. The reason why Szoboszlai, Endo, everyone else looks like they're having good games is Curtis Jones. I'll say it again. I said it at the start of the season or midway, about 5-6 games. I said Curtis Jones, in fact, I said it last season. I said Curtis Jones, people, is being developed into Klopp's version of Gini Wijnaldum. And again, he gave a performance that was very reminiscent of Gini, where he's just knitting everything everywhere on the pitch. He's going around knitting. That's what he's doing. Is that how they knit? Is that how the grannies knit? They do something like that, innit? They do something like that. He was going around the pitch knitting. That's what he was doing, people. Making that triangle work. Making that triangle partnership work. Getting hold of the ball. I think one of you said, when he gets hold of the ball, boy, he's hard to get off it. Like Gini Wijnaldum. Exactly like Gini Wijnaldum. When Gini Wijnaldum used to decide to dribble, he was a menace, People, when Gini decided when he decided to put the afterburners on, Gini was a menace, and twice Curtis Jones showed he could be that menace. First and foremost, I hold my hands up. Sorry, Kurt, I thought you crossed it. Looking back, he meant it. The keeper could have done better, but that second goal killed them. I was so happy for him to score that second. It's Curtis Jones' performance, man. We've touched on Harvey Elliott.
Listen, man.
Cujo.
They tried to cook me a couple of weeks ago when I posted the Curtis Jones clip from the LFC interview.
Oh, is that what you said? Oh,
he's been cooking this season. listen, my relationship with Curtis has been up and down, but
Okay,
start of the
all of us.
season,
I think everyone's has.
Yeah.
from his run from the end of last season, I was like, you know what? It's just fitness for this guy. All this guy needs to do is stay fit. Everything else is there. And I think this little run we've been on in the last 26 games where Trent's moved inside to inverted and we've only lost one game. I think people forget that Curtis is also, that's coincided with the run that he's been on. And even the tough batch that we've had at the moment coincided with his red card against Spurs, then his injury afterwards. So when he's in the team, you don't always notice. I know today he got 2 goals, so everyone's going to notice it, but he's the guy, like you said, like Genie, that he will drop an 8 out of 10, but you won't even realize. But what's so important is that he'll drop an 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5 games. And that kind of consistency, which I think none of our other midfielders really have. Even Szoboszlai, like as explosive as he can be, he can give you an 8 or he can give you like a 5 or a 4. Jones, more often than not, doesn't really have stinkers. I know in the last couple of games, I think the last game he had before the United one, he wasn't great. But listen, this guy, man, he's looking like the glue right now. He's really looking like the glue that just kind of keeps everyone. He makes everyone else look better. That's the best compliment I can pay to him.
There you go. And Mush, I think one of the big debates about Curtis Jones, in my opinion anyway, has been, but what's his position?
Yeah.
Where do you play him? I think we found it. I think that inside left on that 8, where he's letting Tsimikas go, Robertson. Imagine when he comes back with Robertson as well. It might help Diaz's game. Because you got to remember, Diaz's form dipped when Curtis Jones came out of the team. So today, Nunes had a much better game. Again, Curtis Jones, the facilitator, I think we can start calling him now. Would you agree or there's another position?
No, I think what I do want to say about that position thing is that weirdly, Curtis Jones has developed differently to how he came through in the youth team. So I think we all misunderstood him. We all know that Curtis Jones came through as a left winger. He was creative, got numbers, used to score, used to create. And because he looks really technically good and clean, we all think, oh, that must be a creative player. But actually, Curtis Jones is all up here. He's a coach on the pitch. He knows when we're attacking, where should I be standing? What holes do I need to plug? How do I wriggle out of a position? When should I protect the ball versus?
But this is the credit I think goes to Pep and Klopp, you know, guys, because he wasn't. I know you're saying no, he wasn't like that. He himself has said, "I've never been that kind of player. I never knew about pressing, and now suddenly I'm the leader of the press at Liverpool Football Club."
Grizz, do you think, guys? I've just realised now. Do you think this is almost a Liverpool special, Klopp special, whatever we want to call it? Where the example you gave, Gini Wijnaldum, was bought from being a left winger, left attacking midfielder, and turned into this functional centre mid. And we're doing it again with Jones, a left winger we've picked up from our academy and developed him. I don't know if there's this pathway where some of the things you learn from being a left midfielder help you become a left 8. It's interesting that trend has happened twice now. It's surprising, to be honest.
I'm surprised. I agree with you, but I was doubtful if Curtis had the game intelligence, but he absolutely has. You're right. But you got to give credit to all involved, really. And of course, the most credit goes to the player himself, because you're right. He looks like a total different, such an intelligent footballer now all over the pitch.
I wouldn't be surprised, Grizz, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised from what Ish has also talked about. Obviously, Ish does a lot of football media stuff as well. We see a lot more of Curtis Jones, a lot more confident in how he talks, how he speaks, comfort of speaking on behalf of the team. It wouldn't surprise me in a year or two if that leadership group that Klopp has of the 5 players, if Curtis isn't fast-tracked into that group.
I think, and we spoke about it, I think he absolutely sees himself as a senior now. Him and Joe Gomez, I think, have been enough around the first team to know that the likes of, we know all the players that left. We don't need to repeat the names. But I think these are the next batch that see themselves as part of the, maybe not formally the leadership group, but definitely the spine, the cultural leaders. You're on mute, Ish. You're on mute.
Kind of the same way that Firmino was a bit of a leader, where he's kind of everyone's friend. And there's the running joke that Jones is mates with like Diaz and Nunes, but they can't really speak English. So it's like, how does he communicate with them? But he seems like the vibes man in the team, where he might not always be wearing an armband, but when he's not there around, you kind of miss his kind of vibe and his energy. But he's like, at the moment, this kind of run of form that he's been in since the end of last season, he is looking like a really, really important player for us now. Like, I think if we're gonna do well this season, it's gonna kind of depend on how well we can keep him fit. Because even when he himself is not playing well, like you said, he's a facilitator. He does bring balance to that left-hand side, which I don't think anyone else really brings, especially for the big games as well.
Big Six Diamonds in the building. He says, like, share, subscribe, support your quality channel as you continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. I'm not that consistent, but I promise to be. The rest of the
we are. This season, we're going to be consistent.
Listen, like Liverpool, bro.
That's it, bro.
Liverpool are beginning to be consistent. Jay asked the question. We're going to get onto that. We're going to try to pick a team for Arsenal right at the end. Jay, stick around for that. In the meantime, guys, anyone who's just joining us, over 200 of you guys in here now, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Ibrahim Konate. Hold on, I've got it here. Konate. Who else comes on at 60? As soon as we score that goal, basically he takes off. He takes off Van Dijk, Szoboszlai, and Endo off.
Yeah.
And brings on Trent, Konate, and Salah. I think bear that in mind, guys. When we're picking the team for Arsenal on Sunday, that suggests that Endo and Szoboszlai will be in it. So we'll hold on to that. Trent comes into the 6. Because Trent comes into the 6 and Konate, and obviously Konate and Kwanzaa at the back, Mo takes his position. Our midfield, guys, for the remaining half an hour is Trent, Elliott, and Jones. I thought we played some of the best football we've seen this season with them 3 in there.
I do think, though, that is the only part. I thought bringing Trent into the 6 in that situation with this type of West Ham was perfect because they had no one pressing the ball. They had no one pressing the ball. They were sitting back, not really defending properly. This is the time you let your best ball player have the ball as much as possible and things happen. And yeah, man, it was fun. Oh, God, there was one phase of play where it was like, Trent, Salah, Darwin, like just the ball was zipping about one touch and it was just like, right. Because this is why I don't buy the whole fact of, West Ham didn't play well, that's why Liverpool played well. If you're playing one touch, it doesn't matter who you're playing against, it comes off. And it's about getting to that tempo where you're playing like that. So, yeah, man, a lot of fun. And God, the average age of that is just scary.
25 years old. 25 years old.
Oh, no, I'm saying the average age of those 3, because Elliott's, 19, Jones is 22, and Trent is 25, right? So that's about 22-year-old average of that midfield.
Big Six says, Grizz, Rance was speaking about how you helped him along the way. Big respect for that. Nah, bro, it's the other way around. Rance helped me. Man. Big up Rance every time, man. My brother for life. Even though he's got disgusting footballing opinions, he don't, you know what I mean? when he talks about Liverpool. But big up Rance every time, man. Gakpo.
Yeah.
Okay,
was that
so
the next goal?
Okay, Gakpo was the goal. Gakpo, for me, I think we spoke about it a couple of times, and I've said it as well. People that listen to my bullshit will know that I think Gakpo is one of the cleanest strikers of the ball. I want Gakpo, and I will never get bored, and I will never shout at him, guys. You know, we'll get frustrated when certain people shoot. Do you remember Hendo used to shoot? And we said, don't, brother, don't. Gini, don't. Fabinho, don't. We wanted Gini, Fabinho, and Hendo. Guys, deep this. Are you ready for this? Gini, Fabinho, Henderson, we had for years upon years. None of them could shoot. Naby Keita.
Yeah.
We had no midfield shooters. Suddenly we got shooters. Curtis Jones, Trent when he moves in, Szoboszlai we spoke about, Harvey Elliott's looking to shoot every time. Gakpo, I want him to do that same move. I don't care about boredom, you know. I don't get bored. I want him to cut inside, hardly any backlift, smash it.
Grizz, do you remember a goal that you're forgetting and that everyone forgets? Is that Trent's winner against Fulham? How does that goal come about? Gakpo is driving, takes a shot that I don't think anyone else is capable of taking, where he rifles it low. The rebound is why we score. And this is why I keep saying Cody Gakpo is best central in line with that goal so he can take these shots. I don't need him out wide. I don't really think he can get past anyone. He's not the most explosive.
Yeah.
Really clever how he opens out, but because the defender's going to put a leg out, he puts it through his legs and reverses it into that corner, right? Like, that shows a guy who understands where the goal is and where the posts are, surely.
It's talk to me. Spirit says Gakpo goes sick, but he's not impactful enough, in my opinion.
I'm a big Gakpo fan, but I do agree with what Spirit's saying, that what my frustration is with Gakpo sometimes is like the opposite of Nunes, is that he can have games where he's not involved at all. And listen, say what you want about Darwin, when he's on the pitch, he's always causing some kind of chance, whatever. That's my only criticism of Gakpo, but he's a very, very, very high quality player on our team. Like, technically, he's up there with one of the best players. And I do think when he plays, he's another one like Jones where he'll make other players around him look better as well. So I think it was a good performance from him today. I'm glad he got a goal after that first half miss, where I think Mish touched on it before, the header, which he definitely should have scored from the Elliott cross. But listen, Gakpo, he is a very important player to our squad. Very, very important player to our squad.
Are we saying if we combine the attributes of Gakpo to Darwin Nunes,
bro, you'd have,
because Pixelate says Gakpo is a calm finisher and he doesn't overcomplicate, and like it's the opposite. It's the opposite of our brother Nunes, who overcomplicates, but he makes the chances for himself. You combine them two, scary settings.
Complete forward, man. The only thing with Gakpo is he's just too passive sometimes. That's my only criticism of him.
I hear you. So I'm the opposite of you. I wasn't a Gakpo fan. But in my vision, I thought he's coming as a left winger or right winger. I didn't like him on the wing. Everyone spoke about his time at PSV, but I just didn't think he was quick enough or dynamic enough to be a Liverpool wide forward. But what the F do I know? Because Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders have turned him into a central striker or a central forward, I would say. Not a striker per se, but he's a forward. Conroy's in the building, says, smash the likes, guys. Hit the likes, he says. Smash the like, hit the likes. Everyone do what Conroy says.
Do you know one thing, though, Grizz, is that I agree with all the qualities showing that he can be a good forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one that's saying football is only about stats, but a forward should be giving you, I'm not asking for Haaland, but give me a 1 in 2, a 1 in 3, something like that. He scored for the first time in 12 games, right? So this is not a sustainable thing. If you only score 1 in 12 games, it means you're going to score 4 goals all season. So I need those numbers to be frequent,
I think, again, I'm going to throw that same thing. I think if your performances or your all-round game enable us to carry on the trajectory that we're on, and the trajectory that we're on is we possibly go top on Sunday, we're through to the final stages of the Europa, we're semi-finals in the thing, and the FA Cup, whatever, and it, Arsenal, whatever, who cares? All right. So if it continues to aid our trajectory, then I'm not personally interested in his personal numbers, as long as his performances and he gets the odd goal. Because look, Bobby Firmino wasn't a prolific goal scorer.
Yeah, but Chris, we had this same argument last time, and the only place where I had this argument is that I would not mind Gakpo being about the greater good for the team if I knew those goals were coming from elsewhere. The problem is, again, like we saw, The Athletic released it just a few days ago. Diaz, no goal in 12. Darwin, no goal in 11. Salah has scored 1 goal, I think, in 8. It's all about, as long as others are doing their job well enough, Gakpo can keep being this. I just need there to be a trustworthy spread in this team. That's all.
I think it will come. I think again, I listened to your show on Monday and I thought it was fantastic, and all of you lot made some great points. I just think we're just showing signs of impatience. Let's not be that fan base that, you know what I mean? Just not gives this time. It's a brand new attack, man. I said it. Only Salah's been there for more than 2 years. It's literally just 2 years attack. So rhythm everywhere on the pitch. Partnerships have to be formed, and up front is no different. In fact, I'd say up front is the most difficult to create a partnership. Saka, Martinelli were nothing until Gabriel Jesus came on the scene and enabled them. Now they look twice the players they are. So sometimes you need that one player that will elevate the others. Gakpo, I feel as though he's the Curtis Jones of the forward line, where he's making the others look around. For example, look how good Elliott and Nunes looked alongside Gakpo. He may not have been the shining light, but I think he does work off the ball. I think he's... Look, I'm going to say the boring basics, but sometimes you need them on the football pitch, guys. Hard work, endeavor. I know they're boring and they're not glamorous, and everyone's going to say, oh, come on, that's the least you expect. Bro, try telling that to Man United forwards with Rashford and Martial. That's the basics. Bruv, it's not easy. You need to have the basics to let the talent flow. And also, I think he's more flexible than Bobby Firmino, you know? I think he's got more range of... Like, I wasn't comfortable with Bobby playing anywhere else except...
Bobby could only play in one position.
That's my point. Inverted right back. Get out of here, man. But yeah, we've got to read it out. It says, Don Robbie's death stare. It says, Gakpo has all the qualities to be an amazing inverted right back. By the way, am I the only one worried about Alisson's distribution?
Tell me about your keeper's distribution, man. Is he an Arsenal?
Alisson wasn't even playing tonight. I don't know what this guy's beef is. But...
Well, overall, I think Alisson with the ball at his feet is not great. I've said it time and time again. Alisson from his hands has got the best distribution in world football. Like throwing it out, kicking it out from his hands. But when the ball's at his feet, he's not Edison, man. Edison's clear of him in that way. We know he's the far superior goalkeeper, but with the ball at his feet, Edison's elite. Trent goes into midfield, and one of the benefits of Trent is he ain't looking to smash the ball into row Z. While we're in transition, he does something similar to what McAllister done.
He was on Sunday. What
do you mean?
Trent, as in every time it just came to his feet, he was just launching it, wasn't he?
No, but he wasn't playing in midfield, was he? Like,
Like, he came. I know. Today it was mad sensible.
That pass to Salah, and that was reminiscent of Salah clean through against United. Do you remember?
Yeah, Dan James hanging off him.
James, yeah. Salah misses the open goal just 5 minutes before because Nunes does a madness, and I felt sorry for Nunes because that would have been a ridiculous goal from Nunes. He done a couple of things where you think, go on, son. But Salah misses that. He looks pissed off. But then the thing with Salah, I don't know, he's cold-blooded sometimes. It doesn't affect him. I knew he's going to score when he's clean through. But Trent's passing, when he's given space and time like that, he's on KDB levels, in my opinion.
Listen, Trent, like, you can say it's Liverpool bias, but if we're just talking Premier League, I've seen David Beckham and Kevin De Bruyne who are better passers with their right foot from like that right inside.
I'm with you. I think that's facts. I don't think that's an opinion. I think Kevin De Bruyne and Beckham are the only ones that you can put in
from deep.
From deep, from that inside right.
The only guy I'd add from deep is Cesc Fabregas. That's the only other guy.
Not from deep, man.
Do you know what it is?
How many balls over the top?
You know what it is? Cesc was a crazy passer. I'm talking, when I talk about like that level of Beckham and De Bruyne, I'm talking about the range. Not even that, the range of passing as well.
Yeah.
We're talking any kind of pass you want in these guys' Arsenal, they've got it from that sort of position. Like Trent's passing is ridiculous. Like it's actually on another level. Whether you want to play him more on like a traditional right back or inverted is kind of up to you. You've kind of seen this game, him coming into midfield. I still worry about Trent in the kind of the hustle bustle of midfield. I do think he's better when he's got time and space on the ball. He can get caught sometimes.
Yeah.
Ish, before you even continue, I just need some clarification in my head because I don't want to feel like I'm being unfair. Guys, when Trent's played in the middle, can you guys recall him tackling someone yet? Or does he just not?
No. Today he did.
Or did he? I'm just asking. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm asking.
No, you're right.
I tell you who tried to break through in midfield and Trent won the ball, intercepted it, and set up an attack. And I thought,
okay.
Go on, Trent.
Because the tackling bit, I'm just not picturing whenever he plays in the middle. It's all on the ball, right?
Can I say something, though? I don't want to go back in time because let's look forward and let's move forward. But Henderson didn't tackle either, really. Henderson pressed, but he didn't tackle.
He'd run people down.
Yeah. I think Trent's one of I think Trent's one of those.
He does need a bit more intensity though for me if we're gonna play centre midfield all the time, especially as a 6. I need a bit more intensity. But again, for example, like for the Arsenal game on Saturday, I would worry about playing him in there against like a Declan Rice. That for me would be
I don't want that.
That for me would be a concern.
Unless we played a double pivot with Szoboszlai alongside him or Curtis alongside him in a double pivot, I would not like to leave him in there on his own. But then you're wasting. But then you're wasting Curtis's mobility all around the pitch because look how Curtis is energized.
It's a headache.
Man.
It's definitely a headache because I'm even thinking now. Do I want Joe Gomez to play right back? Obviously, we'll get into it. But I'm thinking, do I want Joe Gomez to play right back against Martinelli? Like that's where my head's at the moment.
We're going to touch on. I think we're going to get onto Gomez as well now because let's talk about the 5th goal. Probably the goal of the night. Kurt Joel.
We missed the Curtis Jones goal though, because I wanted to compliment Darwin's pass for Curtis's first one.
No, that's the first one you missed. We
mentioned that.
Yeah,
Where was I for that?
You was chatting with the chatting. You're you know what I mean. You're making friends in it after all the criticism you received for being negative. You're trying. Yeah. I'm
on a rebrand. I'm on a PR run.
You're trying to PR. Wish is on a PR run with the chat.
No, I hear it. You got to clean up your act.
But Cujo slaloms, guys. Slaloms through the defense. He needs to do more of that. He needs to be. He needs to have the Harvey Elliott intent of
determination,
making space, strike it. You know Harvey Elliott, like Mush, you said. I think, or one of you said.
It was Ish talking about.
Ish said about Harvey Elliott.
Lets it go whenever he can, kind of thing.
Curtis needs to do it as well because Szoboszlai is doing it. You know these packed buses that we like, back 4s and back 5s and deep lying defenses. That's how you get through them, bro. Most of our goals were scored outside the box today or strikes. We didn't get behind them. Mohamed Salah on the break, but they're clean strikes, bro. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And if we've got the talent and technique in our midfield and our attack, like I believe we have, like Gakpo, like Nunes, like Szoboszlai, Elliott, Jones, so today, even McAllister. Have we forgotten McAllister's Thunder Bastard a couple of weeks ago?
Even if you don't shoot every time, it gives the defense something to think about. It makes them think we might have to come out and try and block the shot. So you don't always have to take the shot, but at least if you give them the option that like we might actually do it.
Because at the moment they
pulls someone out of position as well, doesn't it?
Pulls someone out of position. Pulls out someone.
And the other thing you got to remember, guys, is that Arsenal have 2 crap keepers. You got to take a chance with some of these shots, man.
Don't say that, man. You know they're gonna have man of the match performances.
I mean, Ramsdale had a man of the match last year, didn't he? He stopped us from winning right at the end. So
don't say that, man. Don't say that. You didn't need to manifest that, man.
But seriously, it's going to be interesting because you got to pay respect to your opposition, right? And how many times you can get in behind and get the better of someone like Saliba or Gabriel is going to be tough. So the ability to shoot from far out is going to be important in a big game like that because I don't think Arsenal have been great defensively. All of the underlying numbers show. I think that they've only had 1 XG against them 2 games this season in the Premier League or something.
Oh wow!
So it's you've got to be realistic and plan for that. So you can't stop shots coming in from 20 yards, 30 yards, right? So as long as we do that at the right time, we can definitely score goals.
Obviously, we missed the Bowen goal in between. I thought it slightly tarnished Kwanzaa's immaculate performance again.
I like him though. I like Jared Bowen, man.
I think Jared Bowen's fantastic, guys.
Yeah,
I'm sorry if anybody I'm sorry for all the Rafael Leao stands and whoever wants Rodrigo and whoever wants X or Chiesa and whoever wants whatever. Jared Bowen is there, guys. Premier League.
Is that the best we can do?
No,
that's a little Salah, right?
No, it's not a best we can do. I just think he's ready and there, and he knows this league. He terrorizes.
It's plug and play. It's plug and play, isn't it?
Mush. That's exactly it. And he wouldn't be a Salah. He wouldn't be a Salah. He'd be Jared Bowen. He'd be another option. We have to evolve our attack. We can't get a replacement for Salah. It's nigh on impossible. None of those ballers that I've mentioned is a Salah replacement. The only Salah replacement, if you want to go like for like, not like for like, but for eliteness to eliteness, is Mbappe. I'm sorry, no one else.
As in level.
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah. The only thing that puts me off the Bowen, he signed a 5-year deal in the summer. I don't know if it comes with a release clause or a. but it gives West Ham we saw what they've done with Declan Rice. It puts them in a very advantageous position. And listen, I'm not trying to spend upwards of 70 million on Bowen.
See, this is where I'm gonna stick to my same opinion that I always say. I don't care about the money. It's not my money. The club has got enough money, and I know what you're gonna say. You have to care because the way we operate.
Thank you.
I know you're gonna say that, but I still don't care. Like I don't care.
I'll only care though when they tell us, okay, there's no money left for a centre back. But when they say there's no money left for a centre back or no money left for a DM, we'll care then when we're gonna spend most, because it happened in the summer as well, bro. We went and spent 60 million on subbers, like we were all saying, look, I don't care, it's not my money. Yeah. Then when it came to getting the DM, I know we put in the bid for Caicedo, but we didn't really. We ended up with Endo for 15 million.
I genuinely believe that's not a money situation.
Chris, we won 5-1. Why are you comfort eating? Come on.
No, I'm just saying. This ain't comfort. This is crunchy rocks, brother. Crunchy rocks, like Liverpool rocks. You understand? But look, 5-1. I don't know, man. Fulham, Arsenal, everything will take care of itself. Arsenal next, business. It's business now. Back to business. What are you lot doing? I know you lot saying selection headaches.
Good headaches.
Let's pick a team.
Okay.
Alisson comes back. I thought Joe Gomez was quality again. When he went left back, when he went right back. If he scored that goal, I was ready to take off my top and run around the living room. Brother, that was ridiculous. Joe Gomez is all the criticism, and I was his biggest critic last season. I thought, Joe Gomez is done,
Let's be honest, though, he was crap. He was proper crap last year. We weren't being harsh. Like he was properly crap.
Who was? He was dead. He was mentally dead, physically looked dead. But who wasn't, guys? There was literally, I can't think of anyone apart from Alisson last season who showed us something.
Yeah.
Literally only Alisson. But the question is going to be, what are you doing?
So what? How are we going to do this lineup? What should we do for this? So Alisson in goal. Centre backs. Who are you guys going for centre backs?
I think standard procedure centre backs.
Meaning what?
Yeah, don't mess about. Yeah.
So then my next question. Comments.
Tsimikas.
Please get involved. Tsimikas left back, of course. Now right back. Do you want Trent to be in space when he receives the ball from a right back position? And potentially Martinelli is very intense. Martinelli getting some joy. Or would you rather Gomez locks it down at right back and just has a one-man assignment against Martinelli? What do you think?
I'm going Gomez, I'm going Gomez. And I haven't even figured out the Trent, because I know myself, I even said I don't want Trent starting as a DM, and I haven't figured out that bit yet. But I know I want Gomez to start. Gomez has got to start. Gomez has got to start.
We got people saying what they want to see as well.
Gomez right back, man. Everyone's saying Gomez right back, please. Yeah. Let Jones and Trent cook in midfield. Trent right centre midfield.
I can hear that. One.
No, come on. That's not complicated. Oh, you mean put Salah through the middle?
And Szoboszlai on the right. Nah, yeah. That doesn't sound
my worry is that both Trent and Szoboszlai will not help Gomez enough. That's my.
No, Szoboszlai will. Szoboszlai.
You think he'll track back?
Szoboszlai is a machine, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Emeka says, "Put this line up, Grizz." He's telling me to put this
line
up.
Grizz, you haven't answered yet. So those two choices I said: shut down Martinelli with Gomez, or give Trent space with a right back position. Where do you sit?
See, I'm a little bit different from you. You've gone for the not negative first, but you've gone to cover all down. Like you're thinking.
I've said there's two options. They two different things.
I want us to play on the front foot and dominate Arsenal, and I think Arsenal, because I genuinely don't think Arsenal are going to come out to play against us. By the way, guys.
You think they're going to be pragmatic?
I think Arsenal play in a total different way this season. And you remember how they played against Man City, where it was cagey?
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be against us. And we have to not let it get cagey. We have to play, because the only way we know how to play is like we played today on the front foot. And in order for us to be on the front foot, Mush,
Trent right back then
has to be right back, in my opinion, if we're going to play that way. But I'm open to opinions that are suggesting. So what then? If you're saying, I think you still are swaying towards Gomez.
No, I haven't given an answer. I asked it
I-
without thinking about it.
I'm
I
also
think.
I'm thinking about the width
Yeah,
as well.
go on.
Though. I'm thinking about the
Um,
width. I do think Salah's been out wide doing nothing recently. I think you need to try and get him closer to goal. I think Gomez will give you that.
But Ish, let me throw a little spanner in the works for you. If Zinchenko is playing left back, I want Salah to isolate him wide right. I don't want him to come to Gabriel. Stay away from Gabriel.
Salah's not really for me. Salah's not really got that in his game. Like, it doesn't matter who he comes up against. Salah doesn't really do the me and you let's dance 1v1, and that's It's not even a criticism. He's now refining his game. So I even think if he plays against Zinchenko,
but he doesn't need to do that against Zinchenko. Zinchenko's weakness, according to a lot of Arsenal players, is his switching off. So he catches him on the far post.
So
I still want Salah closer to goal though.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Ish. I think what I do want, I think I'm going to go Trent right back as well. And the main thing is, I think Arsenal have a solid base in the middle, so the space is out wide. And I want Trent to receive that ball out wide if he's going to be picking passes out. And the other thing is, Trent in centre mid, guys, Odegaard has hit some very, very good form now. I don't want Trent having to track a player like Odegaard and giving him that responsibility. So let's move on to midfield.
But then if you're putting Trent out, I'm intrigued now with your midfield. Because who are you dropping then?
I think my midfield's clear. I think my lineup is clear in my head. I think that. I'm midfield. I'm going Endo. I'm going Jones left centre mid and Szoboszlai right centre mid. That's my.
Wait, hold on. Trent, where's Trent?
Trent right back. I'm not playing Gomez.
Oh,
I'm playing Gomez. I'm playing Gomez.
I want Gomez to have the ball out. I mean, Trent to have the ball out wide. That's why.
So then, Ish, what are you doing with your midfield if you were Gomez?
Don't kill me for this one, but I'm going Endo, Trent on the right of the three, Jones on the left.
Wow.
You're getting murdered.
Listen, Szoboszlai.
Arsenal is crazy.
He scored a nice goal. I don't think Klopp's going to do this, by the way. But Szoboszlai, you scored a nice goal, but you've not been that great recently. Trent, I feel like you just need with Trent. Yeah,
he's just cussed Trent defending and all this running back and defending, and you put him back to another slow brother in Endo who struggles to keep up with pace. Endo and Trent.
Listen, Endo's the only. If McAllister was fit.
Reacting to Ish saying they agree, man. You got a few comments here saying,
okay, talk to. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
The people are answering you, man.
No. It's an interesting shout, Pixel.
No, like keep going. Keep running the show. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. That's more like it.
My only that doesn't mean he's agreeing. Can we get some agreements?
That sounds a bit mad. My only thing is with like. Endo for me is not. He's just any guy. But we need.
I love it. It's a huge game, and big games. Klopp usually reverts to what he knows he's comfortable with.
But let me throw it back to you guys for a second. Yeah, what was the game last season which kickstarted this whole thing about Trent moving position? Arsenal game. Trent came inside, became inverted. No one saw it coming. We went on this crazy run since. This could be another evolution, another step in that. He's got the Predators on now. He's taking more shots. He's getting more goals. Listen, this is point two.
You've totally refuted your own point. The reason why it was a revolution was Trent started from right.
But this is the next step. This is the next step of the evolution. The next step now is Trent as an 8. Listen,
2.0, yeah.
Listen, this is the next upgrade. He's downloading new data again. I just think with Gomez, he's going to give us that width that we need. Even today in the game on the right hand side, we did struggle a bit with width when not this game, the United game when we didn't have Gomez on the pitch. I just think that's going to be a good way to stretch Arsenal. Again, the same way they're going to be attacking us through Martinelli, we should be attacking them on that side through Zinchenko coming this side. And Gomez is the one who kind of gives you that natural width. He's got good delivery as well. So I kind of feel like that's going to be the play for us.
Yeah.
Are you feeling that Trent, Endo, and Jones? No Szoboszlai, no Elliott.
Elliott's playing for me. He's playing in a different area of the pitch, bro.
Where are you playing him? Were you playing on front of three?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you're going Salah down the middle, Elliott right wing.
I'm going I'm going
What?
Nunes left. I want Nunes to keep running off the ball, give him some space. Salah through the middle because I want
You're dropping
Saliba. And
Gakpo.
it's not about dropping Gakpo. It's about this. I
No,
feel like,
it's dropping Gakpo.
okay, but I feel like this game is going to be a game of chess where different players, Gakpo coming on at minute 60 is where Gakpo will become important. I don't think every player is going to change the game straight away. And I think that's the big thing. Big managers treat these games like a squad game, and we need to be able to do that. So think about it like this, Grizz. If plan A isn't working well, you don't want to use up all your best options in plan A such that plan B isn't good. So I would rather have quality to bring on as well. And guys, I keep saying it. I've said it in the comments as well. Momentum and feeling is big in football. Harvey Elliott, it doesn't matter if Harvey Elliott is the 12th best player in our squad. Harvey Elliott feels like he's on top of the world at the moment. And sometimes you got to let a kid just ride that wave. So I would play him on the right and just give him that chance to be that. Because it's not like Diaz coming in and playing is going to do anything good. I would rather see Elliott on the pitch and move Nunes across than see Diaz starting, honestly speaking.
Ish, what are you doing with your forward line? We've heard your manky midfield setup. You better come strong in up front.
Listen, Diaz. I'm sorry, bro. You can't see the pitch in this game. That's the number one thing I'm sure about. So I think Nunes has got to start. What's the latest on Jota, Grizz? Like, I know he was back running a couple of weeks ago, but is he nowhere near?
Nah,
see this guy,
I
man.
think that's AFCON, right? He'll be back for AFCON fully.
Yeah. He's back. He's back training. He's back training Thursday. Tomorrow.
Whenever this guy's out, we realize how much you actually miss him. But
I know.
Listen, I see it. So I think it's got to be Nunes left wing. I'm going Nunes, Gakpo, Salah. As much as Elliott,
Ben White.
Yeah. As much as
you're not tempted to.
But Diaz,
Arsenal fans have been complaining about Ben White.
Diaz was the star boy against Arsenal. You know,
Diaz isn't the star of anything at the moment.
It's been too long for me to just. I can't turn a blind eye to this anymore.
Grizz, Diaz is star plus at the moment, bro. He's just an annoying Bobby in the corner, bro. That's what Diaz.
Bruv, I'm going Nunes, Gakpo, Salah.
Yeah.
So no Diaz for you either, then, Grizz.
No, and you're right. You're right, 100%. I was just saying, I was just throwing a bone out there, like
justice for my boy Harvey, man. I need him to start.
Have you got Curtis Jones starting?
Yeah.
So you're starting Curtis and Elliott.
I've got Jones, Endo, Szoboszlai, and then I've got Elliott right, Nunes left, Salah down the middle.
I want a tall team because I think we underestimate Arsenal's height and strength.
I think they've got most set piece goals. They did a couple weeks ago anyway. Yeah.
So I want Szoboszlai in my midfield, and I want Curtis Jones in my midfield. Gravenberch will be back as well, guys. By the way,
who's holding for you, Grizz?
It's got to be Endo. I've got no choice. I think. Oh, by the way, I thought Endo's best bet game today.
You reckon?
And I'm taking into consideration West Ham. I get all of that, but I thought it was Endo's best game in terms of his reading of the game, his anticipation, interception, everything. I'm taking into consideration West Ham's level as well.
I think Endo's. It's so weird. I think Endo's better on the ball than he is without it. He's really good at turning on it. Plays off both feet.
Do you think so?
I don't think he is.
No, I think one thing as someone who plays in the same position, so I love watching players who play there. One thing I really like about Endo is that some players, when they receive the ball a certain way, they adjust their whole body to play it with their natural foot. But Endo can quickly move the ball on because he plays with both feet really well.
Ish, what are you saying? I think me and you agree on this. Go on.
He's a good ball carrier. This is why I think he's an 8. He's a good ball carrier. He is. I agree. He's good off both feet. But when he receives the ball, like from between the centre backs, it doesn't move me, man. Like he doesn't. Today it was all right. Today it was all right, but he doesn't pass the ball forward enough normally. He doesn't break the line well enough.
I'm harsher than you both. So Much is saying he likes him receiving the ball because he can turn on it, whatever. You're saying, I don't like him doing that, but I can see him as an 8, like moving forward. I don't see him in neither.
Listen, he's
He's
not good enough to
definitely
start.
not good on the turn. He plays the way he's facing.
Yeah, and that's something that annoys me because I noticed this on Sunday as well quite a lot, that a lot of attacks was breaking down with him because he was receiving the ball in like the
Not
middle
breaking
third.
down, they weren't moving.
Or it wasn't breaking. He wasn't losing the ball.
He wasn't losing the ball.
The momentum was breaking down. He
Virgil
was turning
kept
around.
Even Virgil a couple of times was like, I was at the game. Virgil was like, "Come on, like, move it forward."
What about defensively, guys? Where do you guys sit on him defensively?
He's fine. He's fine defensively. Like,
I love his attitude. I love his reading of the game. Today, that's what I was looking at today. Today, more than because look, his physical attributes are his physical attributes. God's, he's not going to be suddenly blessed with physical attributes suddenly at the age of 30, wherever he is now, yeah? But his reading of the game was what impressed me today, and his anticipation.
Do you think Odegaard is a test too far, or do you think
we're gonna miss McAllister? I think he can handle Odegaard. I know
you
this might come back to haunt me.
Big test.
Yeah. Now, because Odegaard ain't quick. If you're quick, you can walk past Endo. But reading of the game, Endo's there. It's more Rice powering past him that worries me. Do you get me? Even dare I say Havertz.
Havertz ghosting around could be a problem.
Havertz is a problem against us, you know. Havertz is a problem. Havertz is a problem against us, you know. He always used to do well.
Played well in both of those cup finals as well for Chelsea, didn't he, against us?
Yeah, and he scored in the first game that season at Anfield. Good header.
We're gonna miss McAllister, man. This game was just, McAllister would have been ideal, but we need his composure because we're gonna have to keep the ball from. Remember, Arsenal, I think, along with us and Man City as well, obviously, we're the three best pressing teams in the world. Never mind the Premier League. Arsenal will press us. They remind us a lot of us, of the Klopp first team. Yeah. Martinelli, Saka, Salah, and Mane, Gabriel Jesus, Bobby. You know what I mean? Rice is there, Fabinho. They got two one-on-one defenders, Gabriel Saliba, like our Virgil and whoever.
Yeah, play high up.
Zinchenko inverted, Trent inverted. I see a lot of them attributes in us. But look, it's a must-win. What are you saying, or is it a must-not-lose game?
Oh, I knew we were getting to this question. Go on, Ish. You take it first, man.
Obviously, like, just by the point difference, it is probably more must not lose, because if it's a draw, it's still only 1 point. But I am starting to get a little bit concerned about our top six form this season. I know a lot of the games have been away, but we've got two draws. We've got 3 draws and 1 defeat. So we've drawn City, Chelsea, United, lost to Spurs.
Yeah, but it depends what you call as big six.
Yeah, I was gonna say Newcastle.
Well, yes, because I guess we beat Newcastle. Yeah. But I still think you want to beat the biggest teams, no matter where they finished last season. You want to beat the biggest team. You still put United in that. Yeah, you still put United in that just by the size of the game. Right
now, Villa and Newcastle top 6.
Well, yeah, we beat Villa as well. So yeah, I hear it. But I still think we need to be doing better in these games. This is the perfect game on Sunday to put down a marker. But again, it depends where you see our title aspirations. If you're hell bent on us winning the league this season, then you go back to previous seasons where you were playing a Man City at home, and that used to be what kind of defined our season a lot of the time, whether you get wins in those games. So if you're looking at it come May, if it's going to be us and Arsenal 1 and 2, we'll look to this game and just think, okay, did we win? No, this could be where this season was won or lost. So I think it is a big game in that respect. And also, we've seen last 2 years as well how the games have been tight, really, last 2 seasons, even the 4-0 the season before. But there was an incident like Klopp and Arteta on the touchline, Xhaka and Trent in the last game. So I think that a moment could define the rest of the game this weekend. But I think we win. I think we win.
Oh,
I think.
Okay, Mosh, is it a must win or a must not lose?
Okay, I was thinking about how to answer this. I think if you're in December and the gap is only 1 point, it's more about going for it in December. Whereas if this was March or April or May, that's where you have to be a lot more, pragmatic, a lot more, there's more to lose than to gain. Even if we lose that match or we draw it, in December, you have lots of time to make up that gap. So I think it's more on us in our ground where we have the biggest advantage. We should be going for it because now's the time to try. I bet if I tell you guys we're going away to City in April, what do you think we should do? You would say don't attack, don't go for it. There's more to lose. So there's more to gain right now. So I would say go for it. That's why Trent plays at right back. That's why I want us to try and score some goals. And yeah, now's the time to take a risk. What about you, Grizz?
It's mad, isn't it? It's proper tense, you know. Like I think we're gonna win, but I just think when we win, we're gonna feel so.
Do you think we're going to win by a lot, or is it just we're going to?
No, come on.
It's going to be a
Great
tight
teams.
game.
Arsenal, listen. Jokes and banter aside, people know I do banter and I do trolling, whatever, yeah. But serious talk, they're a serious team.
Yeah.
I rate them a lot. I'm telling you, I've been rating them a lot as well for a little while now still. And they're culminating and they're bubbling up nicely to, in my opinion, and this is my channel and I'm a Liverpool boy, but in my opinion, I'd say they're close to being the most complete team right now. Man City are not complete right now. We're not complete right now. I think Arsenal overall are probably the most complete team right now, as we speak.
Are they more complete than us? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I still think we're a work in progress, guys, for the reasons that we've discussed last couple of weeks.
But for us being in a work in progress, I think even whilst being in a work in progress, we're already so close to them. The moment the work is done, I think we'll be clear of them.
No, I agree.
I honestly think it's splitting hairs between. I think City are going for a bad patch, but they're still clearly the best team in the league. I think on any given day, it's between us and Arsenal who's second. It can change for me.
That's what I'm talking about right now, though. Because one win in 6, and that was against Luton, doesn't say that ish about City. And 6 games is quite a bunch of games.
I put it this way, yeah, they're without KDB and Haaland right now. So imagine we're without Trent and Salah for majority of the season, or Trent for majority of the season, and then Salah just comes out for the last few weeks, bro. We'd be on our knees. We'd be on our absolute knees, bro. We'd be finished. We would be absolutely no Trent for the whole season.
But that's my point. That goes into the right now. I'm not talking about them at their best, us at our best. Everyone with their full squad. We know it's City. I'm saying right now with the health of the state of the health of the squad.
Current state of play.
Current state of play. Listen, guys, we got to wrap it up. We've gone over, way over time. People, I enjoyed this. Today was a chance to rejoice again, feel good about ourselves again. Everyone was a bit down and out. I've been a bit down and out since my journey back, and I was tired. Didn't want to do no shows.
Grizz, it took some youthful energy, Grizz. A bit of Jones, a bit of Elliott, and look how we're feeling, man. That's what we needed.
Bro. Look how we're feeling. So, yeah, man, let's see how it goes. Bring on Arsenal. Look, they'll win, we win, draw. Nothing's going to be decided, I don't think. There's a few Man United trolls in the chat. Let me just block them and get on with it. This has been Mush. This has been Ish. This has been Grizz. This has been Post-Match Khanage. Guys, we're on to the semi-finals. Fulham, bring it on. Anfield South awaits. Take care.
I'll be there.